Southern Comfort is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Vinegar Syndrome. It can be found as a limited edition, only available at the Vinegar Syndrome website, as well as a standard release available at your various online retailers. Now, I believe that for director Walter Hill, Southern Comfort is one of his most underrated films. I often see comparisons to Hill's other movie, The Warriors, in regards to the basic structure, a group of guys going from point A to point B. Deliverance is another film which has been often associated with due to the type of setting and some story elements. It's a fair bit of reasoning to make, but the film goes beyond that and really stands on its own. In fact, I'd say films that came later drew from this one for sure. Predator, for instance, I can see took inspiration from Southern Comfort. The film to me is best experienced without knowing too much going in. The cast has some very familiar faces for cinema fans of the 70s and beyond. A very unique setting and an incredible amount of tension, especially in the last 15 minutes or so. Southern Comfort is a true underrated gem of the 80s, which if you like action thrillers, should be right up your alley. Southern Comfort on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 1:5:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with HDR10. According to Vinegar Syndrome, the 4K transfer is the result of a restoration from a 35mm interpositive. The source is largely free from most major blemishes, only occasional white specks spring up from time to time and the odd scratch here and there. Film grain is dense in this presentation, which will no doubt be aggravating to some grain haters. This is most likely a result of coming from an interpositive as opposed to the original camera negative. For those that enjoy a gritty cinematic look, you'll be right at home in the Louisiana swamps. Bit rates are generally healthy and there were no noticeable picture quality dips witnessed. The 4K uptick certainly pulls its weight as texture shows solid gains. Close-ups featuring military gear, facial features, and the swampy landscape are better realized. Supported by HDR, the film's earthy green palette takes on a natural, fuller look. There are very few showy, picturesque landscapes to show off or specular highlights of note, but the image does allow for a refined delineation of color. The green of the military fatigues, for example, convey a proper look. Depending on the scene, either from the soldier's fresh, clean appearance at the beginning to the swamp money worn gear later, it's all represented well with the grading. If you're at all familiar with Vinegar Syndrome HDR transfers, skin tones tend to run a bit warm at best, hot at worst. Here, they do run on the warmer side, but it never strays far past that. Night scenes exhibit appropriate levels of deepness with no issues present. Shadow detail is fine, but does tiptoe on the line of crush. Southern Comfort on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 2.0 mono track. For the single audio option, it's overall presented well from start to finish. Dialogue reproduction is clear even during the more chaotic in-film moments. When the action does kick in, there is some solid oomph audibly with gunfire, explosions, or crashing trees. The source itself is free from issues, and there were no anomalies in the track. Vinegar Syndrome once again provides its customers with a barrage of extras, both new and old. Each of the new featurettes is at least 15 minutes or longer, and one of my favorites of the bunch is the battle at the bayou with Walter Hill. His insights into the various films are always interesting, and this one is no exception. Behind Enemy Lines is another in-depth featurette, and Into the Unknown is also a worthwhile trip into the making of. An audio commentary, still gallery, and archival featurette also add much more for fans to sink their teeth into. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Southern Comfort on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a B+. The film's 4K transfer will never be accused of being a pretty one, and it was never intended to be. The gritty, raw-looking palette is presented well with strong grain structure. The upgrade to 4K is well worth the asking price. For the audio mix, I'll score this one a B+ as well. A simple DTS 2.0 audio track is strong in its delivery and issue-free. On-screen action is solid and dialogue is clean. This one will please old-school fans of the film. And for the extras, I'm going to score this one an A. Vinegar Syndrome once again delivers a strong showing of supplements. A plentiful array of new and old extras will give fans plenty to chew on. If you're a fan of the film, you'll be eating good. So that is my review of Southern Comfort on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Vinegar Syndrome link and an Amazon link for the standard release in the comment section below. And if you use the Amazon link, it really helps out the channel. But now I want to hear from you. If you have the 4K set already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.